Greetings everyone, this is Roger Gerard Cole with a new tutorial. This tutorial is going to be on the Celtx screenwriting program and their new feature, the beat board. So let's dive right in. With Celtx opened up, we're going to hit create and create a new film and TV script. We're going to title it The Beat in honor of the new feature for Celtx. When your script opens up, you'll have a scene heading already in place for you to type in. We're going to go ahead and leave that there to show you how the beat board populates things after the last thing in your current script. All right, at this point, we don't have to save anything because we haven't added anything but this original heading. But the save feature is going to be vital in making sure you put things in the correct order. So you need to remember to click that save button when you go from one to the other. I'll talk more about that in just a second. So let's go ahead and let's open up the beat board. When you open it up the first time, there are 3 cards already in place and it will start a tutorial. We're going to skip the tutorial because I'm going to hit those highlights of that short, brief tutorial and some other information that you need to know about these cards. First, how to select the cards. If you want to open a card, you simply click on it with the left mouse button and it opens. Inside the card, you have the 3 bars at the top right. This is where you can select the color of the card that shows up in the top left tab, or you can delete the card itself. The top section is actually, this top line here is actually you're going to be your scene heading when the card exports into your script. This part down below is the body of the card, and it will be your text of your scene, everything from your action text, your dialogue, your headings for the characters, and so on. One of the things I thought was a problem was that you couldn't format in the card itself, but after working with this, I realized that that's actually a blessing in disguise. It allows you to brainstorm freely, and then when you export these cards into your script, you can do the formatting quickly in Celtx using the tool that's there. And so it doesn't actually hinder it. It actually helps not being able to format here because it doesn't slow down the brainstorming process. All right, so type your notes in here, type scene script or scene directions, type your dialogue, export it into the script, and then make changes there. So it's really a good feature to have. All right, so here they put 3 cards: the setup, the confrontation, resolution, basic 3-act structure for 3 scenes. So now I like to keep things organized. I was talking about how to select cards, so you can left click, or with it unselected, you can click and hold. It will select the card and you can move it around. You can also control click on the cards you would like, okay, or shift click and drag to select all cards that you want to pick, okay. All right, you can also add new cards by clicking on the plus button or going to the edit feature, clicking new beat, delete a beat, copy a beat, cut a beat, paste a beat, undo, redo, etc. I like to use the plus button. All right, I'm going to go ahead, and since I like to organize things, I like to put some act headings out to the left. You can have these labeled anything you want. I'm just going to simply label these Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3. Now, the reason I'm putting these out here is because Celtx reads these cards left to right, top to bottom. I just hit enter to save that card as opposed to hitting the check mark at the bottom. So I'm going to put an act heading for each of these cards. All right. Now, like I mentioned, they go left to right, top to bottom as they read the cards. So now let's go ahead and duplicate this and pull up the script on this page. I'm going to put these side by side so you can see as I go and save time from flipping back and forth. So I'm going to go to the script. I'm going to drag my window out here to the side. And now that I've done this, I'm going to show you another feature. You can then recenter your screen by simply clicking recenter, or of course I could click in the black space, hold, drag, and move things around. Click recenter to put it back in place. All right, now with the script selected, I'm going to come back over here to my storyboard. I'm going to add a few more cards as scenes with these random headings that they put in for you that you can always change. And I'm going to add these cards in order that I would like them to show up. All right. Now, with these cards in order, it's time to import them into our script. Okay? All right, now they go from left to right, top to bottom. Since these are the cards I want to enter, I'm going to shift and highlight them. I'm going to come over here first and make sure I've clicked save. If I've moved things around and I don't save it, it's going to go back to the last version of these cards that I saved. and import that. So I had to make sure I hit save first to export the current configuration of my cards. So now I'm going to come over and hit export. It's exporting. I could click view script to open a new window and show my script, or since I've done this here, I'm just going to come over here and click refresh. And now that it's been exported, it will show up underneath the last thing I had in order. So as we take a look at the current script, hit navigation, and you can see the original scene heading that I had here was still first. It populated everything underneath. The setup, confrontation, resolution, then silver rigging, or silvern rigging, silvern jabberwocky, certain catamaran, and you see that they're all in order. All right, left to right, top to bottom. So let me show you an error that you might get before we close things out. So let's go ahead, and we're going to go ahead on the script, select everything, delete, but we need to make sure that we save that change. Otherwise, it will think the script is still there and populate everything we import underneath the last scene. And so we'd end up with, instead of 9 scenes, we'd end up with 19 scenes because we had one already there. All right, so we come back over here, and let's say we're going to rearrange this. I decided I want to make a new act, put my resolution down here. I'm going to move this up here. I'm going to move silvern jabberwocky down here, and yellow vehicle, I want to go down here as well. Okay, all right, so now I've rearranged my script. Now, to make sure this new configuration is saved, I come up here, click save. Now I'm going to hit shift, select the items I want. I want you to take note of silvern jabberwocky for a minute. We'll point this out in a minute. Okay, I'm going to now export into the script. It's now exported. I'm going to come over here, refresh my screen. And now as I look at the navigation, we've got setup, confrontation, those 3 are in order. Then we have silver rigging. Then we have ordinary stanza, eccentric phantasm. Then all of a sudden we have silvern jabberwock. And then the next 2. Why is that? That's because, remember, we go left to right, top to bottom. So silvern jabberwock is above the resolution. So it reads it as a new line before this last line. So now that I've pulled it back down in the right place, I'm going to go ahead and save. And I'll come back over to my script, select all, delete, make sure that I save this as well. Otherwise, it would populate these scenes at the bottom of the current script. So now I've cleared it, I've saved it, I'm going to come back over, select the items again, and now export. It's now exported. Come over, refresh. And my computer's taking a long time. It's like I need a new one. So if anybody would like to sponsor and send me a new one, feel free to hit me up in the email below. Be much appreciated. Now that we've done that, we take a look at our navigation again, and we see that everything is now in the correct order. Except now silvern jabberwock is now below yellow vehicle. So I got to fix that. So I come back over, move this one below there. So now that should be in the right order. Let's hit save. Come over here, select all, delete, save that. Now we're going to export, refresh. And as we check our navigation, everything now is in the correct order. All right. So again, you have to watch your levels. If it's up just a little bit above it, it's going to read this as a new row because it's above here. All right. Hope that helps clarify any problems you may have been having with the beat board. It is very user-friendly. You just have to understand the order things import and how to make sure that you have them the right way. All right. So remember to click that save button. If you like what you saw here in my tutorial, you want to see more, hit like and subscribe, share some comments about things you'd like to see on the next tutorial, and I'll see you then on the next tutorial. Have a great day.